Hey everyone, Jeff Frieden here from Sir Thrive EDU. This is a quick tutorial. No, it's not. It's not quick at all. It's going to be a meandering tutorial. I put out a reading calendar earlier on Twitter, got some very quick feedback, and a few people wanted a template. So I'm going to show you how I built it, and I'll give the template away. But there's a lot of layers here, and so I'm going to kind of go through them one at a time. So this is what I put up earlier. This is a reading calendar I'm going to be deploying to my students next week, and we've already worked with a different calendar that I did on Google Docs. It looks terrible. I'd show it to you, but I forgot to bring it up over here. So anyway, just to kind of show you what's going on here, let me go ahead and pause that. If you click down, just like a normal Google Slides, I do everything on Google Slides. I try to use it as much as I can, almost like it's a website. So I design with that in mind. And so you can see I have this sort of walking them through that, how that all works. I have a calendar there. We're going to be reading 1984. You can see I have the pages broken down, and I have a lot of information on these slides. And it all kind of starts here. And so there's a little walkthrough that I threw up on YouTube to go through. And then each date, if you click on it, it will take you to that date. It will tell you, let me go ahead and put the laser pointer on here. It'll tell you what's happening on that date. We are here, and it gives students a bunch of choices about what to use to show that they're reading. I've updated the language on that. I'm going to give that to you. I also found some audiobook links that they could use too if they're pressed for time. And this should just be kind of a one-stop shop. I sent them this link in preview mode too. That's one of the things you should be aware of up there. If you can put this in preview mode, share it with everyone, then it'll just kind of move through like it's a web page. And then a little Easter egg there for a 1984 book cover. They can come back here. I'm going to show you how I did all this stuff because it took quite a few steps. And let's get to it. So first of all, we can go back and forth between dates, and they should all be lined up based on the date. So theoretically, a student lands on this page, and that's, say it's the 1st of December. They click on this, it should take them right there. And trying to give them options too. So if they have a lot of options, maybe to prove, show, demonstrate, provide evidence of their reading. This is part of their learning reflections that we'll do at the end of the semester. And I want them to have something to show for it. And reading's one of those hard things to prove. Like you can see somebody staring at a book and you won't know if they're reading or not. So anyways, what this is here is just like 9 different ways, and then like they could propose another one that they can prove that they're reading. So let's see, traditional outline notes. So let's say that a student wanted to try out, bullet journaling would be for our very organized but yet very creative students. So let's say they wanted to try that out. They're like, I want to try out bullet journaling. I show them what it is a little bit, kind of talk about it. They could click on this. It's a link. It will take them to a video on how to do it on YouTube. Okay, which just is like it's a 10-minute tutorial, but if they're into this kind of presentation, they might go, wow, I want to do that. That looks amazing. And it's just an opportunity to practice with the novel that we're reading. So it looks like fun too to me. The other thing, so we have like some book snaps, Tara Martin's book snaps, and this will just be a quick tutorial that Tara Martin does after a commercial, of course. Ugh. Okay. Now this is on every slide, so it doesn't matter what date they're clicking on. Like if they click on final day, that they're going to get. I also have to propose another way. Like if there's something that's on the list, just ask me. It takes my seniors to the remind for this class. So anyways, they would do that. So you kind of get the idea going around here back and forth. And then I just had this walkthrough video if there's ever like, how do I use this thing? How do I think about this sort of reading assignment? So that's there too. Now, how did I do all that stuff? I'm sure that some of you watching this video might already know or have a clue, but I think there was one little hack that I did one time, and I showed it to people after a presentation, and they were kind of like blown away by it. So I'm gonna walk you through this. So I'm gonna make this available. This is the template I'm gonna make available for everybody. It just has like book title. It has a blank calendar. You can go ahead and take this. I'm going to show you how to fix this because right now it says book title right there, and that's not something that you can adjust on the slide itself. So I'm going to show you how that all works too. Now the very first, and here it is in edit mode, so you can see it there. I'm just going to give you these 3 slides, and you can kind of work from there. But one of the things you'll see is you can't actually, none of this stuff here. There's a couple of items on here that are, you know, you can edit, but most of the stuff that's on this screen right here is an image on the background. Now, how did I do that? I started with Google Drawings. So, and what I did for this is you're gonna, if you can see the actual, let me see if I can move this out of the way and bring this down so you can see like that full. You probably can't see it. It's a really, really, it's a really big picture. I took the pixels and I did a custom size for all frame backgrounds or whatever for slides, and I made this. So this will be something too you can take, make a copy of, and do it yourself. But it's like, I think 20 inches wide, and normally the slides are like 10 inches wide. So this is a little bit different. So kind of everything increased by the size of 2, because I found that when you download something that's the same exact size and put it as a background, it's kind of fuzzy. This makes it less fuzzy. So we have this, and this is where I build everything. Because one of the things to get those links that go to those different websites, I'm going to show you that. It took some thinking. It took a little bit of a workaround. So I want this, and one of the things too is I've just noticed I've had a lot more success with students when I send them a Google slide presentation that I'm using, and if they can't mess with the elements, or the fewer the elements are on the page, the less they fumble with those elements. All right, so I want to try and like put this as much as I can, freeze it so that they can't mess with it. And so that's the goal with all this stuff. So what I would do here, you know, once it's all set and I'm ready to go, is I'm going to take, well, let's just say book title. I did 1984. I'll show you. I don't want to keep this or anything, but, you know, 1984, you know, make sure it's italicized. They probably should put that in there. So 1984 Reading Calendar Plus. Just so you know too, like, where'd you get that cute icon? I got it at the Noun Project. I have a subscription there. So anyways, file, I download it as a PNG, just like this. You should see that sucker going to the bottom, because I am in a Google Chrome browser. Okay, so it's down there, and then I'll head over to the reading calendar that I have. So this is this background right here. So here's one of the tricks that you need to know going into this. Let me go ahead and expose the menu. Let's see. You want to go to View, and I do Theme Builder, which is, it's been called different things over time, but basically I'm getting like behind the scenes here. These are all the pages that you could upload. I've made my own custom page here. I called it Reading Calendar Plus Layout. So when you right click on let me show you what I mean. So if I go get out of Theme Builder, and if I was to just start a new, this is ruining my my demonstration here. So if you just did like a blank slide, for instance, this one, if you have, if you put it on the background in like that theme view, theme layout, what am I clicking on here? If I wanted to apply the layout, I actually have it right here. So I could apply the layout right in there. And again, this is, parts of it are editable, and then other parts of it are not. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. But let's go back into, I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of those slides. So I'm going to go back in here, View, Theme Builder. All right, so this is, I would like this to show up on the page. I kind of built in the levels there. You get to have all of that stuff. So I got my background just the way I want it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click somewhere in the, I don't know what you call that thing. I wanted to call it frame, but that's Jamboard. Slide. So the back part of the slide. And change the background. So it says I'm going to choose image. And since I'm in Chrome and I have that already down there, I'm just going to drag and drop it right here. All right, it'll go on there. Done. And you can see it's my 1984. It's that little adjustment. So I go ahead and pop out of Theme Builder. And and it should be, I might need to apply that layout. So let me just double check. Yep, okay, there, everything is there. So I have a couple things here. I've already added these here. These are just text boxes that I have set to be centered. Like, so it's like center. And I think it's adaptive based on the amount of text you're going to be putting in there. But over here I got nothing. So what I want to show you is this. I don't want to spend all this time going over this stuff. I'll just show you what I did on mine. So here's the trick. You know, when you're clicking on those links, like, wait, Frieden, earlier, how did you do that? How did you, like, you click on that and then it takes you there, and then you click on this thing. How did you put certain spots on your page? Like, that one links to Sketchnotes, but it's part of the background. That one links to Mind Map, but it's part of the background. How does that work? All right, this is the hack that you need for this. Is I go ahead and I'll show you how. I'll show you how the sausage is made here. So insert. I'm gonna go ahead and insert an image. No. I'm gonna insert. What am I gonna insert? A shape. I'm gonna choose a circle for this one. So I like to get things kind of precise. So I'll go to format. I'm trying to right click here. Format. Why can't I get? Where's the format? Object. Is it just not working with me? Because there it is. Format options. Okay, move this guy out of the way. I like to get them all equal. All things equal here, like half an inch. So it's a nice circle. Okay, and then now you can shapes. I mean, you can link to anything. So I don't know. Let's link to. I mean, I was doing those YouTube videos. I'll just take this example here, like the Sketchnotes. Wait, where are we at? So yeah, see that Sketchnotes video. So I'll grab the YouTube URL. Just get out of there real quick. Come over here, and I think most people probably know how to do this. Just link it. Okay, so apply. Yeah, that's no big deal, but the thing is you can't. There's like a bunch of circles on here. This is the trick. This is the hack right here. Is you can make shapes and outlines transparent. So then you can put it wherever you want on the screen, if you can find it. I think I just moved it off of there, yeah. So you can put it wherever you want, and maybe you can't see it, but this is where I put that instruction. So if I'm on this slide, and it's like the bullet journaling one, it says, hey, click here. Well, that's its own, see that? Transparent shape that's covering over that whole text. That'll take them to that link. So that's the hack. That's the hack there. Let me see. I'll go back here. Right now I'm thinking about that shape that I just sort of like left invisibly hanging there. Where is it? Where'd it go? I don't know. I'll have to find it later, I guess. But or it's an Easter egg for somebody to find. Sketchnotes, I guess. But that's how you do that. So I would just make like shape after shape. I'm on the wrong slide. That was. So yeah, here if I was here now, here's the main trick is like I'm gonna set this one slide up exactly the way that I want it. For the most part, I mean, with everything's gonna shift a little bit, but I'd be setting this whole thing up, and I would just make a bunch of duplicates of it. So let me see how can I do this real quick. I don't know if there is a real quick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Cut it later. So let me go ahead and insert. Actually, I can come down here, shape. So I'm going to do my best to like make this the right size. It's very small on the screen for me. Used to using my bigger monitor. Okay, and then if I hold down Shift, I can nudge it, kind of like in Canva. There's that little nudge feature. I think that's pretty good coverage for there. Maybe I can go up just over here a little bit. All right, so I like to be able to see the shape before I make all of the links that I was talking about a second ago. So I might just hit Control D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to do that. Let's see, put it right there. Get it as close as I can to cover over that 10. Just me nudging stuff around. A way to kind of speed things up here is I'm going to go ahead and align horizontally. So I'm centering everything. And then I'll go ahead and nudge it right back over to cover up that line. And then we'll spread these out real fast by distributing vertically. Boom. We've got them covered now. So at this point, I would be going through and putting an individual link on all of these. I mean, we could go ahead and make it see-through. Why not? So one more time just to show how that looks like. Transparent, transparent. And so now those are shapes that are sitting over those instructions. I'm going to turn each one of those into a link one at a time. You saw how I did that earlier. All right. Now, right now, this calendar, there's nothing editable about it. So one of the things I do here is like, all right, how big? So I go here. I think this will work on this one. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to go over here because I want to find out. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go back to that format options. Looks like it's 3.68 by 2.5. So I'm going to come over here, insert, where is my table? There it is. So we have 7 days in a week. I had 5 rows, just in case it went over 5. I had Thanksgiving break in there. So it comes out all oblong looking. So how do we get this just to the right spot? Format options. Here, let me move this onto this side so you can watch size and rotation. What I say it was like 3.68. So 3.68. That's getting to the right shape. And then what was the other one? 2.5. Yep. So 2.5. Okay, it's the right shape. It's in the wrong spot. How do I get that just right? I'm going to go ahead and go to text position. I'm going to pull that up for the other one. And let's do that here. So we've got right now it's at 104. We want it at 2.03 and 1.3. Look at that, it's lining up. 1.3, is that what we said? There it is. It's all aligned now. All right, so now you can fill that in with whatever dates you want, which is what I did here. I mean, I built that first slide just the way I wanted it. I actually had to tweak it a couple of times. Don't do what I did. I made some mistakes. What I try to do is like really make the dates pop where the students were going to be doing the reading, and then sort of fade to back the dates that they're not reading, or I'm not asking them to read. Of course they can read. Sure, please read. But on those dates, like, I'm not asking for anybody to turn anything in or to do anything. So I kind of, that's a signal to them like, okay, these are the days where I really should be getting some reading done. And they can plan around it. Oh, I'm going to be really busy on those dates, but on the other ones I won't, so I'll do my reading then. So I'm trying to give them some options. And then just down here, just putting in text links for YouTube videos that I found. That one was pretty straightforward. And as soon as I had like a template that I wanted for all the slides, so what I did, got all the links set here, got all the dates set in here, got the directions set, because the directions weren't going to change, because what I'm trying to do is give them options. I left the day alone, I left the chapter alone. So as soon as I got that all done, I would highlight that, and I'd say, all right, it is set exactly the way that I want it. And then I'm just going to hit, and I need, 15 days? How many ever days you need? 10, 14, whatever. I would just do that amount. So it was, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And what I'm doing right there is hitting Control D. That's how I'm getting that on the slides. So now that I have that, the way that I have it set, so I would just, on the one, go to the first slide, and it's like, well, what's day 1? Okay, well, I just want to put wherever day 1 is, that's where I want to put that, and then go to the next one, day 2, and fill in the information as you go, stuff like that. Day 3, so on and so forth. I think I already picked that one. So I'll just do the first 3 days just to show you what I do here. And there would already be like a novel cover there too. I don't know what happened there. Why did that go to the background? Not sure. I'll just hit Control Z and bring it back. Okay, so there we go. That's all set. Now if I'm here, I haven't put my shapes on yet. So let's go ahead and add those. I wonder if I can bring it over from here. I probably can. Let me go Control C. Bring it over here. Did I? Did it work? I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's break that link. I'm going to go ahead. Now, I probably shouldn't be doing this because they're invisible, but I'm going to do it anyways, just for the sake of the demonstration and time. So what I want to do here is, okay, so this is day 1. Here we are. I want them to go to day 1. I don't know if you knew this, but each slide is its own unique page. So it is kind of like building a website in a way. I go here, I add the link, apply. Okay, it takes me to slide 3. Now you could also do this. Okay, slide 4 is day 2, and then just make sure it's matching up in your calendar. You can right-click to the link. You can do like, I think you can pick slides in the presentation, but this can get pretty. It gets hard. I prefer to just go straight to the slide. Okay, and then on this one, I just grab the URL. I think that's easier. All right, and then right-click, link, apply. All right, so we're good. So if I was to go into presentation mode, or here, why don't we just preview it? So this is how you do this, preview. All right, now we're in preview mode. It should take me right to the slide. Okay, I didn't set a link back to the menu like I did in my other one, but you could do that too. All right, and then there's all these, yeah. I think you're getting the picture. All right, so that is, oh, I'm trying to hit escape, but I can't escape it because I need to put it back in edit mode. So set this thing up exactly the way you want it, tinker, 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 and then the one thing to make sure too with your students is to set the share settings into share link with everyone. And then when you do ship it to them, I use the Google Classroom, so make sure anyone with link or within your organization, I would put it in, like I would share this slide. This would be like the landing slide or landing page, if you will. I would put it in preview mode. Actually spell preview correctly or it won't work. So you just send this link to them. I have to usually put it in the, if I'm using Google Classroom, put it in the text field. I don't put it down as the link at the bottom because it'll give it to them in edit mode at that point. And I want them to stay in this one. The reason why I do preview mode is it's easier. Fewer clicks. Anything's better with fewer clicks. So, man, that's really long. That was a long tutorial. Hopefully you hung in there with me, and appreciate you. If you do like what you see here, I'm going to give it all away. You can take it. There'll be links that you can click probably at the bottom of this presentation here, or YouTube video. And so you can take those links, you can click them, and just play around with it. If it's too time consuming, it's too long, then ditch it and never think about it again. If it's mind-blowing and it's actually making life better for you, life better for your students, and it's adding a little bit of value to your week, to your year, the only thing I ask is you can add a little bit of value back for me by just, you know what, take it, make some edits, come back, share it with me and say like, hey, Frieden, I made it better. That'd be amazing. Or you could share it with other people you know would really like it. That would be really cool too. That's another way to add some value, kind of, impacting lots of classrooms out there. And some other things too that I'm open for are any kind of, donation or tips that you'd like to make too, because I did spend some time doing this, but I liked doing it. I did it for my students and now I'm sharing it with you. And I just hope that it has a positive impact. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging in there. Appreciate it. Have a good one.